They're off. And the Goffs Thyestes Chase, a relatively short run to the first of 17 fences, donkey ears in the fighting line, and was slowed there, a mistake at the back by Frontal Assault in the white cap as they sort themselves out. And it's Cocoa Beach, the winner of 2 years ago, who takes them along from Flash to Zane, and prominent in third place, the Grade 2 winning mare Darren's Hope. They're followed by Donkey Years, who's moved back onto the heels of the leaders, and then Captain Kangaroo, Egality Mon, and carefully selected the stable companions side by side, and then Espinito Bello as they turn away. They're followed by Escardia 10, the top weight. Next on the inside in the blue cap is Deafy Bleu. Two runners detached, Brayside and Frontal Assault, as they go up the far side to fences 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 3, the first of 4 ditches. And it's Darren's Hope out wide, Cocoa Beach to the inside, followed by Flash to Zane, carefully selected Egality Mon and Escardia 10, being followed uphill by Gabby's Cross. About to face their first ditch, fence number 3, and racing away from each other, Darren's Hope and the grey Cocoa Beach taking the third fence, followed by Egality Mon, carefully selected Espinito Bello and Flashed it to Zane. They're spread right across the course, going to fence number 4. As they do so, Cocoa Beach on the inside. On the outer is Darren's Hope, followed by Egality Mon, the check colours. Then carefully selected Espinito Bello is next. Then Flashed it to Zane, Escardia 10, and Dunboyne and Penson full of lead. And Captain Kangaroo next, being followed by Fakir and Donkey Years, has been knocked back to rear divisions. They clear that fence, which was number 5. Cocoa Beach leads Darren's Hope, break of 3 lengths to Flashed it to Zane, disputing third with Escardia 10. Egality Mon next, then Espinito Bello and carefully selected, and Pencil full of lead, and Dunboyne and Captain Kangaroo and Fakir and Donkey Years next, being followed by Gabby's Cross and Punitive, and on the inside is Deafy Bleu. Another grey is Lieutenant Command, the yellow cap, and then Frontal Assault, and really struggling as Brayside gets a reminder. Good run on the flat, back to the 3 fences in the straight. And it's Cocoa Beach leading the field from Darren's Hope, Flashed to Zane and Escardia 10. Then Egality Mon and Espinito Bello and Captain Kangaroo, and carefully selected as they tighten up on the approach to the straight. Taking an interest on the inside is Frontal Assault. Was offered early on as they turn in for fences 7, 8, and 9, bringing them to the completion of a circuit in the Goffs Thyestes Chase of €100,000. Swinging wide, Darren's Hope. Away to the left is Cocoa Beach as they link up with fence number 7, first of the 3 in the home straight. They're followed by Flashed to Zane, Frontal Assault, and Escardia 10, and Egality Mon and Espinito Bello next with Captain Kangaroo and Deafy Bleu. Fence number 8, the second ditch. And they're spaced from rail to rail, coming out of the fence that'll be the last next time. And it's Cocoa Beach over on the far side. On the stand side is Darren's Hope, their wings apart, followed by Flash to Zane and Frontal Assault and Escardia 10 and Egality Mon and Deafy Bleu. Espinito Bello and Punitive is improving. And then Pencil full of lead, carefully selected, has dropped back towards the rear ending group with the circuit to go. It's Cocoa Beach going on by 2.5 to Flash to Zane, Escardia 10, Darren's Hope, Egality Mon and Frontal Assault, 2 lengths to Espinito Bello, and then Deafy Bleu and Donkey Years, followed then on the inside by Lieutenant Command, Pencil full of lead and Punitive and carefully selected, and Dunboyne and Fakir and Captain Kangaroo. Gabby's Cross has undoubtedly lost his position, is now 1 from last, and detached is Brayside. They're well inside halfway, 8 more fences left to jump, and little changes up front. It is Cocoa Beach, Ben Harvey, Darren's Hope on the outside, Danny Mullins, followed by Egality Mon and Sean O'Keefe as they meet up with the first of the fences in the back straight. They're followed by Flash to Zane, and next is Escardia 10, followed by Espinito Bello. Then Donkey Years, nudged along as Deafy Bleu. Frontal Assault next on the inside of Dunboyne, with coming back to the leaders, carefully selected. A slow jump by Darren's Hope, lost a bit of ground as Cocoa Beach is the leader, going to the next up the back. Cocoa Beach out in front. of Ascaria 10. Flash to Tuzain on the inside, followed by Egality Mon, carefully selected out by the outside rail, and then Darren's Hope and Espinito Bello and Dunboyne and Pencil Full of Lead as they go now to the next up the back. This will be 5 from the finish, and it's Cocoa Beach, the leader, enjoys a 3 lead over Ascaria 10, poised in second, and Flash to Tuzain, Dunboyne, carefully selected, Egality Mon and Pencil Full of Lead and Darren's Hope, followed by Espinito Bello and Lieutenant Command on the inside. A Frontal Assault and Donkey Ears and Punitive. They're coming out of the fence at the top of the track. 4 from home, 5 furlongs to go. Cocoa Beach reeled in by Ascaria 10, then Egality Mon, Dunboyne, Flash to Tuzain ridden along, then carefully selected and Pencil Full of Lead is closing. They're being followed by Gabby's Cross. Espinito Bello is struggling to hold position. Then Donkey Ears and Darren's Hope in front, Assault and Punitive and Lieutenant Command, Effie Blood Fakira running the home turn. Half a mile left to go and 3 fences to jump. And it is Cocoa Beach still leading the Thyestes field. In second is Ascaria 10. Then Dunboyne, the stable companions, 1, 2, 3. Carefully selected next to the outside. Then Pencil Full of Lead. Egality Mon and Gabby's Cross and Flash to Tuzain and Espinito Bello. They straighten for the final 3 fences and coming stand side. This time round is Cocoa Beach at the third last fence, safely over from Ascaria 10. Darren's Hope's been pulled up. Lieutenant Command's been pulled up. Debbie Blue's been pulled up. They're coming to the second last. A refusal back in the field was Donkey Ears. The second last, carefully selected, comes to join the long-time leader, Cocoa Beach. In between them is Dunboyne, then Pencil Full of Lead and Ascaria 10. The final fence in the Goffs Thyestes Chase, carefully selected, and Dunboyne over together, followed in third by Cocoa Beach. It's these 3 inside the final 150 yards, and it's Dunboyne and carefully selected. They're stride for stride going to the line, carefully selected, and Dunboyne. It's a bombing finish. I can't call it, the judge will. Pencil Full of Lead, Cocoa Beach next, then Espinito Bello followed in by Frontal Assault. A tremendous finish to the Goffs Thyestes Chase, which has gone to the judge.
Thanks, Tom. We're with the man at the moment, Willie Mullins, another Goffs Thyestes Chase. Willie, 9 and counting now. What a performance from horse and jockey there. Just give us your thoughts.
Oh, huge performance. First of all, I mean, I thought Paul was absolutely fantastic. He had 2 horses behind him at the winning post here with a full circuit of run. Wide outside, I was chatting to Palomine on the stand, and I said, he's only 2 behind him, but Paul is not panicking. You know, when you know a jockey style, Paul was sitting pretty and he looked confident. So I was happy, and I was just watching the whole way down the back, and he just kept out of trouble, kept jumping, kept him in the race. Made, I think, 2 mistakes. Did he make one over the far side here, and at the 4th last? But when he made the mistake of the 4th last, I thought that was him gone. 3 or 4 horses past him. But Paul just sat on him, kept him together, gave him a breather, which very few jockeys do nowadays. Gave him a breather, went down to the 3rd last. Probably not as, anyhow, it was tidy enough. And then I could just see him coming and played his card going to the 2nd last and got a good jump at the last. And it was a huge performance.
Willie, everybody seemed to latch on to him today after that excellent run in the Paddy Power. Did you even have an eye on the Thyestes before he went to Leopardstown?
No, we were like, he was 33 months off, I think. We're just trying to get him back. Well, of course, a horse like him, you always, you know, he's a Thyestes horse, yes, every day of the week. But you're thinking, can a horse 33 months off, only a 4-week break or less maybe? You're thinking they'll bounce, you know. So I was pleasantly surprised when Paul said he'd like to ride him. He obviously worked nicely for him during the week, and he took a chance on him. I thought being a horse with a little bit more class than the other ones, but for the horse to do that, to come back so short a space between the first and 2nd run after such a long layup. Normally they bounce and they finish tailed off, and you might come back and win the 3rd run, you know. The
owners have been having a brilliant run. Did you give them plenty of encouragement that he would be worth the wait if you could get him back? No.
Oh yes. I mean, I always wanted him back.
Yeah.
I think he's a good horse, and thankfully it's paid off today. But you know, it's tough waiting all that time. It takes a lot of patience. So Michael Masterson, we know he has lots of patience now.
Absolutely. I mean, to win this race is obviously a huge credit to you and the horse. What about anything in the future in mind, the Grand National maybe?
We're going to enjoy this evening.
I'd say you were going to anyway.
You can give me all the plans you want after that. You know, but obviously any of those staying chases, Irish, English National or whatever, you know, we'll get him back for something. Hopefully he comes sound out of this.
And of course you've got Sir Gerhard coming up. How do you think he looks?
He's working well, jumping well, everything's going right. He has the conditions of the race suit him. His rating is way above any of these over hurdles. So I'm just hoping if we get a clear round, it comes back sound, and then that'll point us which direction we're going to go, whether we're going to stay over fences or go back over hurdles.
We're looking forward to watching.
Shape, anyhow.
Thanks, Willie. Appreciate it. Well done.
Gary. Thanks.
Excellent.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.